Well, this is a familiar sight. We're at the location of the first Pan War. An acronym I can't remember off the top of my head, Pacific something NERF, I'm sure. But we decided to do our own kind of war here, and this is a great little location for it. This is Fort Borst Park in Centralia, Washington. Really, really easy to get to. This is an awesome war, I thought. I think everybody had some fun here. And of course, at these wars, well, we meet some pretty interesting people. So this is the first of the Pwn Wars, and there's gonna be many. I really hope people like you show up, Ray, because look at what he's holding. It doesn't even fit in frame perfectly, and it's massive, and it looks like something Boba Fett would use. What do you call this thing exactly?
This is the Chernobyl. It's a semi-automatic, hopper-fed blaster with a shotgun that fires rival ammo on the side. Though it's currently not hooked up right now.
Where do I begin? Okay, so first of all, this is an HPA blaster.
HPA, yes.
And it is powered by CO2. He had a little tiny CO2 tank on it. It was about that big, about the size of one of these underbarrel things he's got on it. Not too big, and yet he says he can get about 200 shots off that tiny little interchangeable tank.
Yep, 200. If I use a 9-ounce, I can get about 400. 20-ounce, I can get about 600.
And what are the ranges you get with something like that?
About 130 feet flat.
Semi-auto.
Semi-auto.
Now, I'm looking at this. Is this electronically controlled?
The main barrel, the hopper barrel, is not, but the shotgun barrels are.
And the shotgun barrels is by that toggle switch that acts as a trigger.
Actually, that is a manual trigger for the main barrel. The other barrel is going to have I got an arcade button from a Street Fighter game that says high punch. That's going to go on it right here, so it's going to be the high punch shotgun.
This is the first time I get to hear this.
I wish I was joking.
I'm so giddy right now because that's the coolest thing I have ever heard. The high punch shotgun. And I was really intrigued because when you pulled on that, it's like an actual trigger. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting it to be like a flip toggle switch. I didn't even know they made switches like that. Obviously, I live a really sheltered life.
It's a 3-way valve controlling a QEV.
A QEV?
Quick exhaust valve.
Good enough, wow. And yet, it's got, of course, the hopper on top of it. Will this work with full-length darts? Is this PVCY up for it?
It does not fire out full-length, half darts.
Half darts, Stephens.
Yeah, Stephens. It'll fire.
That's pretty much what this is going. You said you had a 3D printer because there's 3D printed parts like you can see up here and stuff. Have you ever tried 3D printing one of the Ys that are just slightly shallower?
Not yet. That is going to be something I was planning on doing in the future, but I haven't got around to it yet.
Every single time I look at it, there's a pressure gauge right here on the side.
2 pressure gauges.
2 pressure gauges.
High pressure, low pressure.
What's the point of having both?
It's a 2-stage regulator.
Okay.
The black regulator knocks it from pure CO2, which is about 900 psi, down to about 100. And then the brass one knocks it from 100 down to 55.
And so you shoot at 55 at PSI.
Yes.
Damn, that's a lot. That's actually pretty good.
It shoots at about 185 feet per second. That's what it's chronoing at 55 psi.
Wow! He did use this a little bit earlier today, but unfortunately there's a small leak somewhere. I mean, it's not like he's got 20 frickin' things with Teflon tape and stuff on him.
One of these fittings got loose bringing it out here today. I'm pretty sure it's that one, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to take the solenoids off and throw it in the bathtub and find out where the leak is later.
I was going to say, do you really have to use like soap and bubbles for this?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm pretty sure it's one of these two right here, but
it's going to be really hard to tell, but hopefully you do figure it out because this thing is amazing. You said this Ruger 1022 stock glows in the dark, hence the name Chernobyl.
The stock is made by Hogue, and it's part of their zombie line.
Can I hold it? Is it okay if I hold it? Like.
And the sights do actually work. I have it lined up from this knot to this work site here.
Holy crap. Yeah, you might want to watch. There's people behind the camera right now having fun.
No CO2.
Yeah, thankfully there's no CO2. So my last question, besides how many darts do you hold in this nice...
This can hold 10 darts in the 10 half darts.
10 half darts? And your hopper is longer than your barrel. You don't feel you need a longer barrel?
No, I mean, it seems to be firing okay. I mean, theoretically, I could cut the hopper down, probably to improve performance, but it's firing fine, so why?
What kind of barrel? I know you have a Nerf barrel over it, but what's the inner actual barrel?
I have a CPVC barrel, and it's sleeved with a long shot front gun too. But it's
I just murdered a long shot front gun for the same reason. Yeah. So, my final question. This looks expensive. Is it expensive?
It is expensive. The stock alone was over $100.
Well, besides the stock, like all these brass fittings and everything like that.
This regulator was about $100. The stock is $100. This regulator was $50. It goes.
So for those who think Nerf is a really cheap hobby, and it can be,
no,
can also be as expensive as you want.
This is probably like $600 of stuff.
So how long until you just 3D print a whole shell for it?
Probably tomorrow, honestly. Knowing me, that's what I would
There's
do.
probably, somebody's already designed one on Thingiverse, let's go print it out.
Yeah,
It'll probably take 2 days, but
yeah.
it'll get done. That is absolutely incredible, Ray. So, you have a YouTube channel.
I do.
And of course, I know you guys are gonna wanna see more of this kind of stuff. I know I wanna see more of this kind of stuff. And it's really hard to find people like him just out in the wild, but thankfully, he came to this war, and now I know who to follow. If you'd please plug your YouTube channel for us.
At 28 left, that's the word 2, the number 8, and the word left. And you'll find me on YouTube.
I'll put it on the screen
right
if
back.
I'm not lazy.
Here, yeah.
And then I'll also put a card in, of course, in the description. So make sure you check him out because he does a lot of nerfing stuff. And actually, he handed me a card and it had like, oh, Nerf and everything on it. So I'm very, if you can build stuff like this, I mean,
it's what I like to do.
and I don't want to get hit by any of this. I actually didn't get to see that you said because this isn't hooked up. I'm really, how well does that work?
I've had it singled before on a different frame, and it was working fine then. So it fires 5 rival ammo at about 80 feet flat using the same 55 PSI.
80 feet flat.
All 5 rounds.
And it's the same 55 PSI.
Same 55 PSI.
I'm gonna have to mentally process this one. It seems like every single time I come to this location, I see something brand new that is absolutely incredible. And this is no different. I'm Walcom S7.
I'm Ray from 28 left.
Thank you very much for watching this video. If you have any comments, I'm sure both of us will be policing them down in the comment section below. There's probably gonna be a lot of questions. This is not a crash course on HPA blasters. And no, I'm probably not going to be building an HPA blaster anytime. I actually feel they're kind of somewhat cheating, but that's my stupid cyanosis, like whatever, you get it. Nobody else's, it's just me, because I spent so long trying to fit things in things, and you know, you can just put a fitting on it. But regardless, this is rad, and HPA stuff is really cool. And if you didn't know what that is, there's a whole lot of stuff out there, but this is just one of them that I happen to find. Thank you very much for showing me this, Ray.
Thank you.
You guys have a wonderful day, and of course I hope to see you in an entirely different video. And usually around here it's pretty frickin' different. He was waiting the entire time for that.
I saw that.